Hi, it's Teresa Willis. I'm sure that looks great. Pilates Village. We've been doing a lot of Zoom classes, and which have been going great. And our friend Molly gave us a great setup video so that everybody knew, you know, how to set up their cameras and stuff. However, or their laptops. However, a lot of people have just phones and iPads for this. And that became a little difficult because you have to kind of set it negative so that it tips down toward the ground so you can see your mat. And then also be able to move it at a moment's notice if the teacher wants you to stand. So after about a week of doing this, and with a suggestion from one of our clients, Bev Woke, I've come up with a down and dirty way to set this up. So you are going to need, I'm using a binder. I think you could also use an art book of some sort. What it needs to be is about 1.5 times the height of your tablet at landscape. And if you're using an iPhone, it's the same thing. The iPhone setup actually ends up being a little easier. And then something to weight the other thing with. The art book might be heavy enough on its own. But you'll see what I'm up to in just a second. So this is what I'm up to. So I have this on top of a run-of-the-mill old chest of drawers that's hanging out in my loft space where I'm working, which means it's high enough. And if you look at that angle, it's pretty much a 45-degree angle is what we need. And it's got to be pretty close to the edge so the camera doesn't pick up the edge of the chest of drawers. I have got the iPad, you'll see in the front. You can see my mat pretty well there. I'd probably jockey it around a little bit for a tiny bit of a better view. But I've got my iPad taped to the binder with masking tape. Now when you do this, you want to make sure you don't cover the little hole that is the camera, right? That would not be a good thing. And you're probably going to want to leave your home button a little freer than I did on this so that you can mess with your controls. But you don't really need the screen that much. We need to see you more than you need to see yourself. So the tape on the screen is not going to be an issue. So we've got this 45-degree angle. I've got weights here. Now if you used an art book or something, you could just stack more books on top. Now this is important. The tape on the back side needs to go kind of long. We need a lot of surface to hold this weight. And since we're using kind of lightweight tape because we don't want it to be too sticky on the screen so that you've got that problem when you remove it, we need a long bit of tape on the back side. So yeah, something's weighted back there to keep it from sliding forward. Oh, and then this keeps it from sliding underneath. Now, so this is my laying down on the mat version, right? Hi, you can see me up there on the mat. Now, we get to the end of the class and your instructor says, all right, everyone stand up. Well, I do that and you only see half of me. We've seen a lot of half of people and a lot of this kind of view over the past week. So you need to change the angle. So what I'm going to do, let's see if I can do it with one hand. I've got this, which is slightly longer. No, I'm not going to see if I can do it with one hand. I'll cut and come back. So I very quickly was able to slide that small little folio in there. You note I've still got a slight downward pitch, a slight downward angle. And when I come over here, if I've measured it correctly, I don't know if you can tell on the screen, but the instructor can see my full body now. So I can raise up on my toes and they see what I'm doing and my whole body is in view, and that is optimum. And so if you set this up, that was very quick for me to just slide this guy underneath of here and replace that cardboard. And with this slight pitch of an angle, the iPad is safe. I also have an iPhone version that I'll show you in a moment. Okay, I'm going to tell you that this iPhone version was about 10 times easier to set up than the iPad version. So an option might be to use the iPhone as your camera, and then you could sign on without video with your iPad and use it as your reference in case your instructor demonstrates. So I think I can even do this holding. I've got a towel there, and that's just enough grip to keep it in this weird angle. And then of course the instructor asks you to stand up, and all you have to do is that, right? And easy peasy. It's so light I don't even have to weight it. So that might be the answer. Most of us have iPhones or smartphones, and most of them are pretty powerful. So I might recommend that. All right. Thank you for coming and working out with us. We really appreciate it. I hope this solves some problems and gives you more value. Keep coming back to Pilates Village until you can come back to Pilates Village. Bye.